Hi, I'm Dolly Vasta, and welcome back once again to For Art's Sake. I'm sure all of you have heard of that old show business axiom, triple threat, actor, can't sing, can't dance, can't act. Well, my guests today are really and truly triple threat. They can sing, they can dance, and they can act, but they are brilliant performers, writers, and producers, and their names are Billy Van Zandt and Jane Milmore. And I feel like I'm doing the continuing story of Billy and Jane. See Bill run, see Jane fetch, one of those. But the two of you have been on the show a couple of times now, and you have done so much out in California, and some of your hit shows have been Newhart and the Bob Newhart Show and Martin, and what were we talking about the last time? Richard Lewis. Yes. And I just heard, a small birdie told me that you punched up the Suddenly Susan show at the beginning.
Well, that's a term for it, I guess.
Yeah, we did very, at the last minute they brought us in to sort of get it sold. So we did a very quick rewrite. It was 2 weeks from the time they asked us, can you do this, to the time we handed in the edited version of the show. And then the show got picked up. And
Now, that's starring Brooke Shields, for anyone who hasn't watched it.
And we were...
And she was great to work with.
She was really lovely.
One of the nicest people I've ever worked with.
They've changed it since what we did. Steve Peterman and Gary Dons, they came in and they revamped it after we did it. But we got it sold and on the air, and that was enough. And we went off to do our other...
That's all it takes.
Yeah.
I find it ironic that I was thinking about this the other day when Art told me about, he was the birdie, that at one time, the agency that I had worked for in the city had handled you. At the same time, they had handled Brooke Shields.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
when she was very small.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And now she's very tall.
Yes, but she was
Spent all week
gorgeous.
like this.
She was
Yes.
gorgeous as a 12-month-old.
Yeah.
She still is.
gorgeous and very nice lady.
She looks in person, a lot of people don't. She looks exactly as she photographs, which is pretty good.
Well, you know, that goes back to the something I've always thought of too, that you can't really lie to the television camera. That after, maybe once you can, but after the second and third time, I think the camera picks up whether you're sincere or not, you really enjoy what you do. And I think with her, the sincerity and the warmth of her really comes through.
I think in that case it's really true.
And she's game to do anything.
She would try anything.
How do you feel about that, dear? Do you think that you can fool an audience?
I
Or
don't know.
not?
I think a lot of people liked Roseanne, and I know people who worked with her and it wasn't nice. So I don't know how true that is.
No, I'm talking about from an audience viewpoint of watching on
But I think they
camera.
liked her and thought she was
Do you?
a sincere, nice person. But I think in her own way she was. I think she just had a lot of problems from what we heard.
I think honesty is, the camera's all about honesty.
Honesty.
And,
Right.
You either have that or you don't. Yeah.
Well, it goes, it's not only entertainers, but politicians as well.
Yeah.
What do you think of all this Seinfeld craze?
I
had to ask
I love the show,
I
so...
love it,
Do you like it?
I love
Oh,
the
yeah.
show.
Why?
Because it's one of the few shows I actually feel like I'm hanging out with my friends when I watch it. I don't feel like I'm watching TV. I feel like, oh, I'll go visit my friends for a half hour. And I think for a show to be able to do that on such a massive level that they have, plus it's different. It's a kind of show where I don't know the ending. You know, every show I watch, or the majority of shows, the second line I know the whole plot and I know what the ending's going to be, and I don't know that with Seinfeld.
Which is interesting, I suppose, from your point of view. From my point of view of watching, I find they are characters I absolutely care nothing whatsoever
Oh, because
about.
they're horrible to each other.
There's nothing, I find there's nothing redeeming about
No.
these people. They're so selfish.
Except that they stick together.
They stick
truly
together
do
and
stick
they're
together.
selfish. Yes, that's true.
That's part of the fun.
Yeah, you do have a point there.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's the age difference, I don't know. But
Well, I don't know a lot. My father loves them. I mean, I know a lot of older people that really love that show.
I do
and
too.
younger people too. So I don't know.
well, okay. So I don't. All right. Anyway, you are back here as you come back here each year because you write, two of you write another original. And this year is no different. And you're going to be doing a musical this time, right?
Yes,
It's called okay, you go ahead.
All right, it's called Merrily We Dance and Sing. This is actually Jane won't like me saying this, this is the 20th year we've come back every year to do a show. So it's actually the 18th original show we've done in 20 years. We've duplicated a couple. And this is pretty wild. This is, it's mostly a comedy, but we happen to be singing and dancing while we're doing it.
It's our only musical, too.
Yeah, we did a workshop of it 4 years ago, and we had a very limited run. A lot of people didn't get to see it, so this is a chance for us to let people see it
And
again.
then we've changed some things.
We rewrote a lot of the songs,
There's a new song,
a lot of
yeah.
the book. There are different characters in it, and it's just the most fun I think we've ever had on stage doing this thing.
Is it a big cast?
22.
It's the
That is
biggest
big.
cast we
That's-
have, yeah.
That is a big cast.
And we have a guest director, too. Billy is not directing it this time. Billy and
Yes.
Art usually direct everything.
I know, I heard that.
We sat back this time. Glenn Casale is his name. He's one of the top regional theater directors in the country.
He's bringing
actually,
Peter Pan to New York in the
Oh,
fall.
that's wonderful.
yeah, and he's terrific.
That must make a big difference for the two of you then.
It's like a vacation when I don't have to direct.
It's a big,
I
big
could just-
difference for
Well,
me.
yeah, because you're both in it.
Mhm.
And this way you can just really concentrate on what you have to do
That's
and
right.
enjoy what you have to do.
Right.
Yeah, it makes a big, big difference.
Do you find that when you are producing and directing that you really don't give your all to what you are doing as an actor to a degree?
In the rehearsal process, it's a very. I'm the director in the rehearsal process, even though I'm acting on stage with you. I'm kind of watching what you're doing, and I'm kind of half performing. It's not fair to the other actors I'm working with. And then opening weekend, I kind of settle into being the actor again. So a lot of times we do a show, and the other actors on stage are like, oh, I didn't know he was going to do that.
Yeah, I've seen some actors,
Oh, is that-
actors
are
say
those-
that.
are
Where
those
did that come
lines?
from?
Yeah. But three years ago, I think we did a show called Thrown to the Lions, and Glenn Casale directed that as well. And I just got to act, and it was like, oh, why
was
haven't I been
great.
doing this? You know, there's just too much to take on. You can't really direct yourself. You just can't.
And as writers, you're still, I mean, we still worry about it. Even last night, we were watching him direct a scene, and we were both, we should cut some lines out of that. We should do something here and that. But it was much easier to do that, where I think if he was just directing it, we wouldn't have thought of that right away. Things come faster. And I mean, you work on your performance when he's directing, but you kind of wait till the last minute. You have to make time to sit down and go, all right, how am I going to do this? Because you're worried about so much other stuff.
Now, the two of you started as performers, or did you start as writers? Now,
We
I
started
always
performers.
knew of you, Billy, as a performer.
Yeah, we started as actors, and we basically started writing simply to give ourselves roles to act in.
Which is the only way to do it.
And I started directing because I didn't want anybody messing up what we'd written. And then we started producing so people wouldn't interfere with my direction.
Boy, that's egotism.
And you're not kidding. And so now we're kind of like, this is a little too much work. Let's just let other people do the other things. But
I like it a lot. I mean, even when, because Art would co-direct a lot, and it was just great to have somebody there to
Right.
bounce ideas off and work
a lot of
with.
times we'd also direct, when Art directs with me, Art Neal, he'd kind of watch me, I kind of watch him, and then we both watch the production. And we also would use video cameras every once in a while during the rehearsal, so we could then take it home and look at it and go, oh, I didn't notice that before, you know.
Which is a great idea.
Yeah.
And they would also give each other a job they didn't like. I'll never forget one time there were two actors doing a scene, and in the scene, Billy was hiding in the closet. But he just opened the door, and Art and I were standing in the audience, and he goes, "You have to fix this." And went right back in, and the actors didn't even know he said it.
Jane and I signal each other while we're rehearsing as well. While scenes are going on, we'll be across the stage, and you'll just see her go. And I know that we have to trim dialogue in that scene, and the poor actor who's on stage just sees this. You know,
That has happened.
Like, what
feel
am I
bad.
doing?
yeah, am I getting cut? You know.
I'm being fired
Right.
tonight, right after.
Exactly.
Oh, that's funny. It really is. Well, Art's a really talented guy.
Oh,
He's
I've
terrific,
always
and
been one of
wonderful.
his fan club.
And he's great in the show. He plays it's a show within a show. It's a bunch of community theater actors putting on their annual operetta.
And it's an original.
And it's an original show, and it's all the bad acting kind of things that you always see that we get to make fun of. And at the same time the show's going on, there's a psychopath killer who's escaped from a prison, and he's loose in the theater. And there's cops trying to capture him while we're doing our show, and they end up in the show. And it's pretty complicated.
What character are you playing?
I-
I've been sitting here thinking, is he playing this psychopath?
No, I'm not the psychopath. I play it's like the leading man in the show, but he's never been on stage before, so he's scared to death to be on
He's
stage.
the naughty boy.
It's called The Naughty Boy, which is the name of the show within the show. And Jane is my leading lady. She's the daughter of the president of the Drama League. It's the only reason she's got the role, because she's terrible. And Art Neal plays he's the soldier who's coming to take her as his bride.
In the show. And he
Yeah.
also plays my boyfriend.
It sounds really like true, corny
Oh, it's great.
community theater.
Most of the
Great.
stuff we got from either seeing it or having experienced it at some point. We have a conductor who conducts a tape player. And we saw someone do that. And I sat in an audience and go, I cannot believe this man's doing this. He tapped the tape player, turned it on.
Turns it on, conducts, and we actually have a 36.
What happens if they make a mistake? He cuts the tape.
Yeah, we play with that kind
Right,
of
we
stuff
do-
too.
there's a
We do
little
bits
bit.
with that. But it's, I think we have a 36-piece orchestra on the tape, which
Yeah,
is just
we made
great.
the tape in L.A. with the music.
But sometimes the tape speeds up, sometimes the tape breaks. I mean, there's a lot of things we get
We
to
worked
do.
with a musical arranger, I guess that's what Ed Alton, and
Mm-hmm.
he wrote a lot of the original music for series that we did, or conduct the orchestra. He did the music actually for Suddenly Susan, and
He did our Don Rickles show, Daddy
show.
Dearest, and
he did Bless This House too with Andrew Dice Clay.
Yeah.
And he does The Single Guy. I mean, he does a lot of TV shows, and we went to him to ask him for help in conducting this. I mean, Billy can read music. I would have to sing to him, and he would write down the notes, and then we would give it to him, and he'd come back and do these wonderful arrangements.
the
So-
sad thing is that this started out to be the show within a show. We were going to write 2 songs of the musical, and then the show was going to go into the theater, and you'd never hear the musical again. We had so much fun writing it that we wrote, I think, 26
Six
songs or
songs.
something. And this poor guy, Ed,
was expecting 2 or 3
he
songs.
thought he was going to have to arrange 2 songs, and I walked in and handed him 26 songs that I had taken my finger on a piano, and I went ding, 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 ding. And he had a week to arrange the whole thing.
He did
and
a
get it on
wonderful
tape.
job, though. And he had a lot of fun. He likes
Yeah.
this now.
Yeah.
Well, where do you want to go with your acting? Do you really want to go back? I hear tell that you're kind of flopping back over, that you want to really perform again more than write.
This past October, we did a show for Olympia Dukakis and Richard
A
Mulligan
pilot.
last year, and it
That
didn't
was a
get on
pilot.
the air, and we thought it was a sure thing. So
I
we
also
didn't-
thought it was some of the best work we'd ever
It was. It
done.
really was. It was for CBS, and it was a little too old for their audience, is what
What
they
we were
wanted.
told, yeah.
So anyway, we didn't have a backup plan for last season because we thought that was on the air. So I had an opportunity to get back on stage as an actor, and in L.A., I was in the West Coast premiere of Moon Over Buffalo that Carol Burnett did in Broadway here. And Joanne Worley played the lead, and I got to play one of the small roles. And like a bell went off in my head while I was doing that show of, oh yeah, I was supposed to be doing this.
That's
So
what
we
I
have,
started as.
we have an
yes.
agent going, what do you mean he's not going to come back?
I said, I'm not doing TV anymore. I don't enjoy it anymore. I just want to go perform. What do you mean you're going to go perform? So we're trying to balance it now. Because once we do the TV, you really don't have time to do anything else. You're working 20 hours a day, writing and producing.
It's a hard job.
So we actually, we just did a rewrite on a movie that we're going to do up in Rhode Island as soon as this play ends, and we're both acting in that too. So we're kind of getting to do both again.
And your wife, Adrienne Barbeau, who is so gorgeous.
Thank you, yeah.
You're going to put your twins in it too?
No, no,
No,
no, no,
no.
no. They don't get in front of any cameras. We don't. We did it at the beginning only because it was a circus when Adrienne gave birth. There were reporters staked out at the house and stuff, and it got kind of creepy. So we did People magazine, and we did 1 or 2 shows just to kind of
I
get
saw her in
people
one of
away
them.
from
Yeah,
us.
and
Yeah.
then they did. It worked.
Yeah. So we don't let them get photographed
Which is smart.
anymore and all that.
It's a shame because they're so cute.
They are. They're climbing
so
all over the place.
adorable. I
It's
love
just great.
As I said to you before, that's really the monster stage where nothing's safe.
That's
You
true.
have to anchor it all down.
That's true. The dogs like run out of the house now. They just don't want to be there, and but it's great. I don't remember life before them. It's just I recommend it to everybody.
Do you think it changes your outlook on how you write, even with comedy?
Yes, he found out he can write when he's tired.
I haven't slept in 14 months.
Oh, that's
First year was a little
That's
rough,
very
but
good.
he still did
That's
it.
very
I'll
good,
give him
Jen.
that.
That's true.
So tell me more about the movie that you're going to do. You're all going to be in it then.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are. It's called Awaken Providence. It's a independent film that's going to film for a month in Providence, Rhode Island, which I've never been to, so I'm excited about that. And
it's about a guy, an Italian kid who's working in LA as an actor, and he gets a phone call that the patriarch of the family has died, and he takes his girlfriend back to meet the family for the first time at this funeral. So it's directed by a guy named Rosario Rivetto, and starring these two kids who are quite good, Vincent and Michael Pagano. And actually Joanne Worley's going to be in that. She's playing my mother. Louis Gus, who was in Moonstruck, I think he was the uncle in that, right? He's going to play the uncle in this. And it's a great cast of people.
Well, Joanne Worley is a very talented lady. As I said to you earlier, I had met her years ago. We kind of shared a dressing room over at the East 74th Street Theater.
Right. She's great.
She's a nice lady.
She has a voice that would take the windows out 4 blocks. When she used to warm up, you could literally hear her coming up East 74th Street. I mean, from, say, I'd say Easy Lex.
Yeah.
You know, she came up. You would hear her.
She's got some voice.
Yeah.
A very nice lady, too. Really nice lady.
It's nice to see that. Not that she hasn't disappeared. I know she's been doing a lot of things, but you don't see that much of her in television anymore.
That's true. She's like, of all the tours that go around on stage, she's like one of the queens. She does Hello Dolly all the time, and Mame, and...
So she was just on Caroline in the City, wasn't it?
Yeah. But she's always working. Always
Which is great.
working.
Which is great. I don't think people realize how much there is in regional theater and regional companies that go all over the country.
Especially in this area, because we're so close to Manhattan,
That's
where
right.
the real theater area is. Out and across the country, I mean, those shows come into town, it's a big deal because they don't have, like New York or LA, have access to a lot of live theater.
But the perception, I think, all around the country is if you're not on TV, you're unemployed.
Yeah,
And
it does seem to
doesn't
be
work
that, and
way.
it's not true because it's only a small percentage of your actors that are really on television.
Yeah.
And some of them don't stay on that long.
That's right.
And then
We know
some of
we've
them-
written those shows.
That's right. Been there, done that. And then again, some of the older ones seem to come back. Which reminds me of a question that I thought of asking. Do you think that there are more roles now for older stars than there were than
On TV, yes.
Yes, than had been.
And they need them because they're usually better, and you need really a lot of good trained actors, especially when you're working with actors who they just became an actor 2 months ago, or if they're stand-up comedians. They usually try to surround a stand-up comedian with really seasoned actors and performers, and a lot of times in LA, they're always looking to New York to cast theater-trained people.
Well, it seems to me that even your women's roles, a lot of them are getting older. Oh, thank God.
I think there was a perception when we started out that you couldn't use recognizable faces as guest stars on TV.
Because it took you out of the...
No, they actually quoted us, not quoted us, there was a quote, "Don't use her, it'll look like a rerun." That's what they said when we suggested somebody for a role. It was very offensive to me.
It is.
And then we kind of rose up the ranks a little bit and was like, how many use do I want to use?
I mean, like
you know?
Barney Martin, who plays Seinfeld's father. I mean, he's a
Right.
really good friend of ours, and we did a play with him, and he's just wonderful. And he actually came here to see Merrily We Dancing the first time, and everybody in the audience was going, "It's Morty, it's Morty," and I'm going, "Who's Morty?" I didn't know that was his name on Seinfeld. Yeah. But all those people, Seinfeld is one of the best examples of using those kind of casts, like Jerry Stiller and Estelle Harris as George's mother. All those, and they're just so talented, and they have great timing. Mad About You does it a lot too.
I think what also happened is when Nick at Night hit, and all the kids discovered all these
a whole
great
new
people.
generation.
Yeah, now there's like a lot of people's careers are being reborn because of it. I think
Which is neat.
it's great.
Diagnosis Murder also. Dick Van Dyke uses a lot of the earlier television performances.
Yeah, I love that.
I think everyone does. It like takes you back.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know, before I do forget, we have a tape from the show Merrily We Dance and Sing. Why don't you take us into the tape? Is that the opening number, or what is it?
This is called, the show takes place in the happy hamlet of Him, H-I-M-M. And this is the opening number as the curtain opens. And just a bunch of little crazy people singing and dancing for you.
Do you find it hard to switch focus from working out at the coast, doing sitcoms, to then doing a script and then coming east to perform?
I don't, do you?
No. And sometimes I'll even go, oh, ow, this is so weird. A week ago I was here doing this, and now I'm doing that. No, pretty much, I think just from writing you learn to concentrate on that. You have to get right into it and do it. So wherever we are, that's what we're doing.
Well, we've always been doing about 3 things at one time anyway. There's always the current project, the one you're working on immediately after, and then something down the line. So there's always something going on.
When we're doing a play, I don't like to have to work on something else. Like sometimes we've had to we'll be doing a play here and reading scripts to hire writers for a show as soon as we get back. That I don't like to do. I like to just do the
true.
play and not think about anything else.
Now, I know
But,
the two of you have collaborated for so long. You must be able to read one another's minds by now. I mean, you have to. Anyone who works with anyone for any
Yeah.
length
most of the time, I think we are still able to surprise each other now and then.
But we a lot of times, I think as a team, when you start out, one has strengths here, one has strengths there, and after a while you become the same insecure person you would be as one person, you know?
You have two insecurities
right.
melding into
Exactly.
one large insecurity.
But we finish each other's sentences and all this stuff now, so, but it's been a long collaboration.
And sometimes we'll go in to help somebody else, like on a pilot. And the other day we were in a room with like 10 other writers, and you and I would almost always pitch the same joke. We a lot of times go to the same place.
When you start on the script, do both of you go, I asked this earlier, in fact, to the same point at the same time, or do you each have your own individual ways of approaching the script?
Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't.
Depends on the script, really. We always sit down and talk out what it's going to be first, and then usually I'll take certain scenes, she'll take certain scenes, and then we'll switch back and forth. We don't ever sit there and share the computer and write over each other's shoulder.
Except for the screenplay, we did a little bit.
We did sort of
Yeah.
improvs for the screenplay.
A lot of times we just go, you want to go to lunch first and then do this?
There's a little hot dog
We did,
stand up.
exactly.
We kind of put it off to the last minute. We write better under pressure.
What do they call the pencil sharpeners? When
Yes,
you
yeah.
have something you have to write, you sharpen all the pencils.
That's right.
Then you resharpen all the pencils.
Yeah, and that's the problems with computer. You can't do that. See, I write longhand.
Has that made a difference in your working as a computer, as
I-
to writing longhand, or
I
or
thought it
just
would make a
typing?
huge difference, which I was one of the last people. I was still working on a typewriter until, well, not that long ago, but so we went to a party one night, and I had just spent 3 days retyping the entire play because we changed a character's name. And somebody went, you can do that in a second and a half on a computer, and that was it. The next day I got a computer. I thought it would delay, there's a thought process that goes on while you're typing.
Right.
And I thought, oh, if I work on a computer, it'll be too fast, and I won't have time to think, and all. It didn't make any difference at all.
But didn't you find when you were writing?
Well, he
that-
never
that-
wrote longhand. You
Oh,
really
I
but
was
must.
a typewriter
but
or-
even
yeah.
typing, that your mind is faster. When I work on the typewriter, and I'm writing a story, or an article, anything, I find that I really kind of screw up everything I'm writing because my mind is running much
Yeah,
at a much
when I hand
faster-
him longhand stuff, I usually get it back corrected for spelling and things like that. And I'm like, I don't care if banana's spelled wrong. You get the point here.
Yeah, I mean, I have some strange spelling because it's almost like you're doing your own shorthand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To keep up with your head.
Yeah, when he gives me real rough drafts to read, I don't even bother with the grammar or anything like that because he doesn't even bother doing spell check or anything. It's a little.
I have to write
You
on,
think too fast.
I have to write on computer because I can't read my own writing.
Yes, he can't.
That's horrible.
So you should have been a doctor.
Exactly.
We'll be in a meeting and he says, I'll take notes, and then we get back and I'm like, We can't read this. This is no good. We don't know what
I
we
usually
have.
spend 2 hours a day trying to decipher what I've written.
So I take the notes.
Before we get off the subject entirely, which I seem to be doing, merrily we sing and dance, or we dance and sing.
We
excuse
dance
me.
first, then we sing.
Then you sing, okay. Is being performed where and when? Let's get that out.
Brookdale Community College.
Is where?
It's in Lincroft.
Exit 109 on the Parkway.
It's real easy
Right,
to get
it's
to.
very simple. It's like
a block off
the
the
Parkway.
Parkway.
It's a big college.
They've been great to us there. I just love being there.
It's a beautiful auditorium.
We did
too.
silent laughter there last year, and I love the people there. The tech crew is fantastic. The stage is great. And we open May 22nd.
May 22nd.
Friday, May 22nd, run through
to Saturday, June
June 6th. Yeah. But basically just play Fridays, Saturdays, and there's one Sunday matinee on
Thursday
the
in there
31st.
too, yeah.
And we'll run the telephone number.
Great.
224-2411.
Oh,
Very
very
nice.
good.
Very good.
732-224-2411.
Oh, that's terrific.
Yeah.
And the theater holds, I know it's a good size
About
theater.
400
400.
people.
450.
Well, our time has run out. I can't believe it's
That
run
went very
out.
fast.
I
I
know, I
can't
told
believe
you it
it's
would go
run
That
out.
was very
So
fast.
But it was so good to see you guys
Good
again.
seeing
It
you
really
again.
was.
It's great
Thanks
to
for
see
taking
you.
time out. I really appreciate it. And to all of you out there, go see the show. I saw the one last year and the one before that, and we had a wonderful time. Take care, and I'll see you next month.